Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to convert a VMware VMDK file to a Hyper-V VHDX file so you could use it in Hyper-V. Okay, so we have VMware Workstation running here. We're going to convert this VM called Windows 11 Pro 2. So if I go to the settings, I can see here's my VMDK file. Right there. If this is a single VMDK file, if you did the option to split your VMDK files, then this is not going to work because I have mine set as a single VMDK file. Okay, so the tool we're going to use is called QEMU. It's a disk management program, so it's free to use. They have a Windows version. I believe they have a Linux version. So it's command line. So once you download the program, you just need to open a command prompt and navigate to that directory that you have it in. So mine's in the D drive, like so. All right, so here's the command here. So QEMU-IMG exe, convert source image, which is this right here. So if you have spaces in your path, make sure you use quotes and include the VMDK file. Put the extension on there. So then it's -O for output, VHDX, that's the output file, then -o, subformat equals dynamic, so we're going to do a dynamically expanding disk. You could also change this to fixed if you want to do a fixed size disk, so that's up to you. And then we're going to do the path where we want the conversion to be placed. So I'm going to put it in the same directory just for the sake of simplicity, but you should probably put it in your Hyper-V folder wherever you keep your Hyper-V virtual machines. So it's the path in quotes again. So, and then the disk name, so this time it's Windows 11 Pro 2.vhdx. So at the beginning here we have VMDK, at the end we have VHDX because we're going from VMDK to VHDX. Okay, so you copy this in here, paste it in, make sure you're in the right directory, and then you just press enter. I believe you could add a -P if you want to see the progress. Otherwise, it'll just kind of sit here, and then when it's done, it'll go back to the prompt, and then that way you know it's done. So I'm not going to run this because it takes a little while, and I already have it converted for the sake of time. So pretty much you just paste that in there, press enter, wait to get back to the prompt, and you know it's done. Okay, so here is my VMDK file right here, 14.6 gigabytes. Here's the VHDX after the process, 17.9 gigabytes. Okay, so now we're going to go over to Hyper-V right here. Okay, so I'm going to do a new virtual machine. We'll call this imported just for the sake of a name. So of course you could put it in a different location. We'll do a generation 2 since it's Windows 11. We'll just use the default 4 gigs since it's just a test. Then of course you pick your virtual switch. If you don't have any others converted, you use the default switch. And then for virtual hard disk, so the default is to make a new one, but we're going to use an existing disk here. And so we'll pick the VHDX file we just converted. So here's our summary. Finish. Okay, so here's our VM. Let's double click it. And then we'll start it up. So I'm recording at a low resolution here so things don't fit too well on the screen. All right, so it started right up. So one thing you're going to notice though when you're using Windows 11, since it needs the TPM and the encryption, is that when you switch hardware, which you're technically doing by going over to Hyper-V, even though it's the same virtual hardware, it's going to sense the change when it comes to security, so it's going to say your PIN is invalid, so you'll just need to log in with your Microsoft account password and then reconfigure your PIN. Unless you're using a local account, then it should work just fine. All right, so once again, to summarize, download the QEMU software, which I'll put a link for in the description, and then I'll put this stuff in here as well, and then you can just kind of edit the information here to match your directory and your file names there. Paste it into a command prompt, wait for it to finish, and then just import it into Hyper-V, and you should be good to go. All right, thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe.